Hey guys, on my lunch break again. So I found another magazine. So this one isn't People magazine, but it's Hollywood Spotlight, the world unofficial Barbie fan guide magazine. So anyways, I picked this up, and since it's my lunchtime, I thought I would share it with you and show you what's in it. Well, right off the bat, Barbie magazine in that signature pink color. You open it up, there's Barbie, the original kind of Barbie that we think of. Goes straight into the ad for the movie, but thank goodness for this movie. Otherwise, Barbie wouldn't have had, or actually, it wouldn't be having this much attention right now. What's cool is that they put this like 1980s Barbie right here on the first few pages, and then it kind of goes into the movie, which I think is important because I think a lot of credit needs to be given to this movie for bringing Barbie kind of like not back to life, but bringing all the attention back to Barbie. So a lot of the pictures that you see here are probably what you've already seen like online or on commercials or ads. But all the pictures are absolutely beautiful, and it kind of goes into who the stars are of the movie. And, you know, this movie actually wasn't like, I guess, truly started until 2019. I guess in 2014, they considered making a Barbie movie. And then it kind of fizzled out, and then it came back around. So if you think about it, you know, we're talking like 4 years before this movie actually came out. I mean, think about the work that had to go into it. No wonder why this movie is absolutely amazing. And Gerwig, as a producer, obviously, if you've seen the movie, put so much thought and passion into this movie, of thinking of all the generations that have been affected by Barbie. It's amazing. Here you see other actors that were such an important role in the movie, like America Ferrera, Will Ferrell, of course, and then all the other Barbies. You know, we say other Barbies, but all these actors played a important role. I love it. I mean, they even had Hari Neff in here. Alexander Shipp and Issa Rae. I mean, these all made absolutely beautiful Barbies, and they all had important roles, as in like a Nobel Prize in physics, to the doctor, to a celebrated author, and even the president. So cool. And then we go into skipping over to Think Pink. The one thing Barbie has stayed consistent with is that signature pink color. I mean, even from the early 80s until now, I mean, anytime anyone wears all pink, you don't even have to wear Barbie, and everyone knows that that pink is associated with her. So actually, I guess it was 1972 they started using pink on Barbie, and 1976 they went full out all pink with Barbie. So anyway, so if you see here all the wonderful costume designs, and they even correlate with previous dolls. Oh, and then here, I think this is great because I think a lot should go to Greta Gerwig as the producer to show like what she's done and where she's been. And, you know, there's lots of people who have gone into acting and then move into producing. But what it does show is that her passion for specific roles, and she seems to be an amazing person who is passionate about producing. So I feel like they picked the perfect person to be a producer of this. Anyways, moving back on, breaking the mold, there's just a fascinating history of Ruth Handler and how Barbie even came to be, you know. It talks about how she noticed that little girls were playing with paper dolls that were adult women, and she took that idea and made it into a Barbie. And at first, just like lots of people don't accept things, and they want to reject things because they're different, you know. And her being a woman as well, thank goodness she had the most amazing husband who supported her, Elliot Handler. But she had to go through a lot to keep this idea alive. But look at this. Eventually, Barbie gets the cover of Time magazine. Isn't that amazing? Now, of course, the reason why she gets Time magazine is because Barbie finally changes her shape that's more realistic and I guess more feasible to the American woman. But the message is still there that Barbie can do anything. But more than just Barbie doing anything, you know what I really noticed? The fashion designer was a woman, Charlotte Johnson. We got Ruth Handler as the original designer of Barbie. And then we even have a CEO, I might butcher her name here, Jill Barad, with some of the most popular Barbies in the 1980s and 90s. These were all women who actually were in extremely large roles. So it was beyond just Barbie. Women were running Barbie. It was amazing. So what's so cool about Barbie being everything here, this article I absolutely love because it says that Barbie has been in over 200 careers. I mean, it's just amazing to think that, you know, in the 60s, you know, Barbie was being things that maybe women weren't actually striving to be, not even knowing if they could be that or not, you know. This is so funny. The family tree. I was like, the family tree? Does Barbie actually even have a last name? So come to find out, she does have a last name, and it's Roberts. And then she has siblings, Skipper, Stacy, Chelsea. Although I haven't seen Tootie and Todd before, which I think is so cute, but I guess they're twins or something. And then there's Chrissy Roberts. So anyways, moving on to the next article here is Where the Heart Is. Oh my gosh, look at this dollhouse. In 1962, the very first one. Do you know I went on to eBay and found one that was kind of beat up, but I bought it for $50. I guess back in 1962, it cost $4.44. Anyways, moving on to all these really cool sweet rides that Barbie has. And then, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. So 8 wacky scandals. These are things I didn't even know existed. Growing up, Skipper upsizes her cup size. Now that's pretty intense. I have yet to see one of these dolls on eBay yet, but somebody probably has them out there. And then Midge. I actually thought the whole idea was kind of cute. With the pregnant Midge, I guess it didn't go over too well. And then we got Doggy Do-Don'ts or whatever, and some Barbie that talks. But moving on to the next one, I think this is awesome because being a nurse, like I love to see that one of Barbie's first careers was being a nurse. But you know, there's this whole talk about her being a feminist icon. And there's always going to be critiques, right? There's always going to be people who have positive or negative thoughts about what Barbie actually is and what Barbie represents. But in support of Mattel, you know, I do think that they followed up on the reactions of other people. And now there's a huge doll line that represents what more of a reflection of what we see in girls around the entire world. And guys, because Ken himself, or the doll Ken, has changed. What's really cool is that Barbie has also stepped into the like real dolls, like famous people, and made them into Barbies who've made such an amazing like collector items. I myself actually own Elvis Presley doll, and that's one of my other crazy obsessions too. But it's just beautiful to see all these things. It talks about the year and the person who they are, and then you have amazing fashion designers who come in and make these outfits for these dolls. I mean, Barbie also like stepped into beloved characters. Oh my gosh, Star Trek, that's something my husband loves. X-Files, X-Men, Wicked, Wonder Woman, Star Wars. Barbie's been everywhere, has represented everyone. Who just doesn't love it? So this next article, Live Your Best Pink Life. I'm so lucky I live in California because I actually got to go to this with my sister in Santa Monica. It was a show and exhibit, and it was everything that I wanted it to be and more. I mean, it felt like I got to be a child, and you got to step into boxes to actually pretend you were a Barbie. Anyways, if you get a chance, please check out my other video on that. My sister and I had such a great time. So then this animated adventures, this is one thing I never really stepped into because I was really just into the physical Barbie itself. But Barbie has had a lot of, you know, shows and videos and films and stuff. Where I loved Barbie the most was in Toy Story because I feel like that was the best representation of what Barbie looked like. But Toy Story also took it to a whole nother level, right? It was the first computer animated movie. So that's why I loved it so much, because it finally looked like real Barbie. And then there was Brooklyn Roberts Barbie in 2021, like her best friend. But then look, there was plenty of old school books and music and, Shooting for the Stars and learning how to read, that in schools and stuff. And then there's the adult world, the artists who actually take this beloved icon and, start exploring issues of body image, perfection, societal pressures, and take Barbie and, well, for lack of other words, kind of manipulate her into different forms of art. Well, love Barbie or hate her, I guess. We still need to celebrate that. She's a big part of pop culture. She truly is a phenomenon. In this article, there's art activist Barbie, where an actual PhD lecturer at a university in the UK, actually had Barbie hold up like these little tiny signs around the museum. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but let's just say she definitely got the attention that she was seeking. And then the human Barbies. I guess this is where maybe some people might say that, Barbie in her original form is not realistic, but there are people who strive to look like this. Here's two women who've turned themselves into living dolls, and I'll guarantee you that it probably takes a lot of money to look like Barbie, since it's not possible to be born with Barbie's measurements. Or I shouldn't say impossible, but who knows, very, very few. But, everyone does whatever they think is good for them, I guess. Anyways, let's move on. The next one is talking about getting to know just like the ABCs of the world's most famous dolls. I mean, we all know that Aqua song. It's just amazing how popular that song has been for so long, and this movie just like blew it out of the water. And then on the 50th anniversary of Sports Illustrated in 2014, Barbie made her debut. Over here, they had the different Barbie dolls, again, just representing people who were important singers, actors, people who contributed amazing things to the world. And man, do I learn so much. Did you know that Barbie was born March 9th? 1959, and yes, there's a National Barbie Day. It truly is a thing, so I'll be definitely looking at that. Anyways, love this last picture. Just beautiful photography here, but what an amazing magazine. I love it. I love all this stuff and love that these people will dedicate an entire magazine to something so iconic like Barbie. Love it. Well, thank you guys for spending your time with me on my lunch break and going over my new magazine with me. Until next time, when I find something new that's really cool and all about Barbie, I'll see you then.